Hello everyone, I am Amal Rich, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science, St. Joseph's College of Arts and Science for Women, Hosur. In this video, I am going to share about file handling in C++. So, let's get started. File handling is used to store our data permanently in a computer. Using file handling, we can store our data in secondary memory. To achieve this, we need to follow the following steps. Step 1, naming a file. Step 2, opening a file. Step 3, writing data into the file. Step 4, reading data from the file. And the last step is closing a file. C++ streams. In all our C++ programs, we have used IOStream standard library, which provides cin and cout methods for reading from standard input and writing to standard output. For file handling, we require another standard C++ library called fstream, which defines three new data types. One is ofstream. This data type represents the output file stream and is used to create files and to write information to files. ifstream. This data type represents the input file stream and is used to read information from files. fstream. This data type represents the file stream generally and has the capabilities of both ofstream and ifstream, which means it can create files, write information to files, and read information from files. Now we are going to see about the file stream classes available in C++. These are all the file stream classes. File buff. This is used to set the file buffers to read and write. Second one is fstream base. This provides the operations common to file streams. Third one is ifstream. This provides the input operations. Fourth one is ofstream. This class provides the output operations. And the last one is fstream. This class provides support for input and output operations. Open a file. A file must be opened before you can read from it or write to it. Either ofstream or fstream object may be used to open a file for writing, and ifstream object is used for open a file for reading. This is the standard syntax for open function. In this, the first argument specifies the name and location of the file to be opened, and the second argument is defines the mode in which the file should be opened. These are all the mode flags used in file open function. The first one is app mode, that is append mode, all output to that file to be appended to the end. Second one is ATE, open a file for output and move the read or write control to the end of the file. Third one is in mode, that is open a file for reading. Fourth one is out mode, open a file for writing. And the fifth one is trunk mode. If the file already exists, its contents will be truncated before opening the file. If we need, we can combine two or more of these modes together. In this example, a file is the object for the class fstream, and we are opening a file file.dat in read mode and write mode. Closing a file. When a C++ program terminates, it automatically flushes all the streams, release all the allocated memory, and close all the opened files. It is always a good practice to close all the opened files before program termination. This is the syntax for close function, void close. Writing to a file. While doing C++ programming, you write information to a file from your program using the stream insertion operator double less than, just as you use that operator to output information to the screen. This is the example for writing to a file. First, we have to open a file in write mode. For that, we are using OF stream. And then we are going to get the data from the user with the help of getLine function. So once you get the data, we have to write that inputted data into the file. For that, we are using insertion operator. Reading from a file. You read information from a file into your program using the stream extraction operator, double greater than, just as you use that operator to input information from the keyboard. Here is an example for reading from a file. First, you have to open a file in read mode. For that, we are using ifstream class. And once you open that file in read mode, we are going to get the data with the help of extraction operator, and we are going to print the data into the screen with the help of cout. Unformatted input and output operations. Unformatted input and output operations can also be carried out using various member functions of cin and cout objects provided by the istream and ostream classes. The member functions are get, put, getLine, ignore, putback, peek, read, write, and gcount. Get function. This function is used to handle single character input operations. The syntax of get function is get of character. It assigns a character read from the keyboard to its argument. The second one is get of void. It simply returns a character read from the keyboard without assigning it to any variable. The next function is put. This function can be used to write one character to the monitor. It may take a character constant or variable as argument. It can be put in a loop to output a line of text character by character. GetLine function. This member function is used to read and display more than a single character. For example, a line of text. This is the syntax for getLine function. cin.getLine of variable comma size. Similar to get function, getLine also read blank spaces. The next function is ignore. This function reads and discards a designated number of characters. By default, it is 1 or terminates upon encountering delimiter end of file EOF. Putback function. This member function places the character just read by get function back into the stream. The next function is peek. This member function returns the next character from an input stream but does not remove the character from the stream. The next function is read function. This member function inputs bytes to a character array in memory. The general syntax for this read function is cin.read of variable comma size. Next function is write function. This member function write output bytes from character array. The syntax is cout.write of variable comma size. The last function is gcount. This member function gcount reports the number of characters read by the last input operation. Here is an example for reading and writing operation in file. As we know that for file handling we have to include the header file fstream.h. For input output operations we need to include iostream.h header files. In the main function, we are opening a file in write mode. For that, we are using ofstream class. We are opening a file.dat with the help of open function. Using getLine function, we are going to get the username and store that value into the variable data. Next, we are going to write the inputted data into the file with the help of insertion operator and getting the age of the user and store that into the variable data. Again, we are going to write that age into the file afile.dat with the help of insertion operator. After the completion of writing work, we have to close the file with the help of close function. Now we are going to read the data from the file. For that, we are going to use the class ifstream. Here we are using ifstream and open the file afile.dat. In that, we are going to read the data from the file with the help of extraction operator. Once you read the data from the file, you have to print the data into the screen with the help of cout statement. After displaying the data, that is username and age into the screen, you have to close the file. So when the above code is compiled and executed, it produces the following sample output. First, writing to the file, it asks the username. We have to give the username and it will ask the user age. We have to give the age. Once you complete this writing operation, you have to read the data from the file. So it read the data from the file and print the result like this. Now it's time for a small assessment on the topic file handling in C++. Go through these MCQs and post your answers in the comments. Thank you all.